8:30 according to my Timex, if anybody remembers what Timex was. Bobby, would you open us up by the executive order that we need to read for the minutes, please?
Absolutely. If there is no objection from the members and subject to Executive Order number 65, the Highway Commission has determined that it's necessary that this electronically to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the public due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Are there any objections that concerning this finding by the board? Hearing none, let the minutes reflect the board has made the determination to conduct this meeting electronically. In a moment, the chairman's going to read roll call. When he calls your name, identify yourself and let the other members know if you can hear them. All votes must be taken by roll call. The mayor will call your name, at which time you will express your votes.
Thank you.
Prior to making a motion or a second or asking a question or making a comment, please state your name. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Bobby. So I will do roll call. Stan Tyson?
Questions, President?
Thank you, sir. Mr. Wayne Davis?
Davis here.
Thank you. Mr. David Coleman?
Coleman here.
Thank you, David. And Mr. Charles Wilson?
Wilson here.
Thank you, Charles. We have a quorum. Anderson is here also. First item of business that we have will be the approval of the October 7th, 2020 minutes. They were mailed to you under separate cover. I'll entertain a motion for approval.
Question so moved.
Proper motion by Tyson.
Coleman second.
Coleman second. Thank you. Any corrections, deletions, additions, changes? I see none. I'll call the roll again for the approval of the minutes. Let's do this. Can I do this unanimously, Bobby? Is that okay on the minutes? You want to do a roll call?
You can do that as long as there's no objection.
Okay. On the minutes, we're voting. We have a motion, proper secondly. All in favor of the minutes signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition to the minutes? Let the records reflect the minutes passed 5-0 unanimously. Any special announcements? Eddie, do you have any special announcements going on?
No, sir, not to my knowledge.
All right, and I'm sure all of you are weary. Your eyes look it from staying up, some of you, for a while last night. We will move into our citizens communication. We do have one individual that is wanting to speak to the commission this morning by the name of Melissa Callaway, Callaway. Mrs. Callaway, I see you. Ms. Callaway, I see you on the screen. This is the time that citizens have an opportunity to address the Williamson County Highway Commission Board. Now, there'll be no debate once you finish. It's your opportunity to express your concerns or what you need to say. I will put the timer on, and you will have 5 minutes in which to address. For the records, would you please identify yourself and your address so that we can get that into the minutes, please?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. My name is Melissa Callaway, and I reside at 1202 Hidden Valley Road in Brentwood.
Thank you, Miss. You can go right ahead with your
Okay.
comments, please.
Thank you. I am here today representing the Hidden Valley neighborhood, which includes about 60 households located between North Berry's Chapel and Manley Lane. Thank you for giving me a few minutes to provide comment. Hidden Valley's traffic issues have been building ever since the construction of Linwood Way and the connector from Linwood Way to North Berry's Chapel. 1,000 cars a day, during the pandemic, mind you, are traveling through our residential neighborhood at an 85% speed rate of 41 to 42 miles per hour, with a few traveling up to 60 and even 70 miles an hour. Since this summer, our neighborhood has been working with County Commissioner Jerry Rainey and Highway Commissioner Charles Wilson to identify the best way to address the range of issues we are seeing. We are grateful that in response to our concerns, Superintendent Hood commissioned a speeding study from Collier Engineering. Collier study confirms the severity of the speeding problems in Hidden Valley. However, the study, by design, does not address issues other than speeding. Last night, our neighborhood work group met with Chad Collier, and we want to thank Chad both for his work on the speed study and for taking the time to come out and meet with us. It was an informative and productive discussion. The meeting left the neighborhood with a better understanding of traffic engineering issues, and we believe it also left Chad with a better understanding that the neighborhood's concerns are broader than just speeding. Moving forward, we would like to continue to work with Collier Engineering and the county to identify and implement solutions to the neighborhood's interrelated speeding and safety problems. We would like the Highway Commission to know that our neighborhood is informed, unified, and reasonable. We recognize that growth in the county impacts us all, but we ask that Hidden Valley be treated first and foremost as a neighborhood, not as a cut-through. After our meeting with Chad, we believe that there are additional approaches to our issues that we would like to explore with the county in advance of bringing them to the whole neighborhood. We believe that in partnership with the county, we can take Collier's speed data, supplement it with accident and citation data from the Sheriff's Department, mesh it with the broader needs and strong preferences of the neighborhood, and produce a traffic safety plan that is effective and has the support of the residents. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Callaway, for your comments, and appreciate Chad being on being on here to hear the remarks. And Chad, we'll get to you a little bit later if you want to add something. Anyone else wishing to address the Highway Commission Board this morning that's on this call? I don't see anyone, so we'll move on. We have no election and appointment. Up under old business, I don't have anything written down here for old business. We have one item under new business this morning we will be addressing. That's Resolution 11-2013, resolution to set the speed limit along Country Road located in Cedarmont Farms and Cedarmont Valley Estate subdivision. This is in Mr. Wilson's area, along with our county commissioners, Story and Lawrence. I entertain a motion. Charles, you want to put this up on for a motion?
Yes, I so moved.
Thank you. Do I have a second on the speed limit adjustment?
Question second.
Thank you, Mr. Tyson. Eddie, you want to touch on this, please?
Yes, sir. This is a speed limit that we actually changed earlier this year. And of course, some of the folks out there didn't like it. So Commissioner Lawrence and then they done a survey of the residents that lived in these subdivisions, and over 92% wants it raised back up to 30. So I told Greg just get in touch with Bob and draft a resolution. That's what has happened. So I'm comfortable with this. I have no issue with this whatsoever to raise it back up to 30.
Thank you, Eddie. Questions? Questions from any of the board members? We're voting on.
Mr.
Yes.
Chairman, what kind of support did they have originally to lower it?
See, they didn't do a survey, and you had a few that wanted it lower to 25, but that kind of upset a lot of folks in them subdivision out for Arno, Cedarmont. So they contacted Greg and Chad, and they wanted to raise it back up. So they done a survey back into subdivision, and like I said, it was over 92% that wanted it raised back up to 30. So that's where we stand today.
All right, so thank you, Eddie.
Other questions?
Yes, sir. Sir, one question.
Yes, Mr. Tyson.
Has there been any change in accident frequencies or anything because we lowered it? No, sir. It has not been. Okay. No accident. No, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Tyson. Other questions? Comments? Ready to vote on 11-2013. This will go to the county commission meeting next Monday night. I'll roll call on this. Please indicate your approval or disapproval of this. Mr. Tyson.
Tyson, yes.
Thank you. Mr. Davis.
Davis, yes.
Thank you. Mr. Coleman.
Coleman, yes.
Thank you. Mr. Wilson.
Wilson, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. And Anderson votes in the affirmative also. The resolution passes 5-0. That's the only resolution we have this morning. I'll go around and pick up the Highway Commission district reports. And Chad, I'll let you chime in when I get to Eddie before I get to the superintendent's report. So I'll start with Mr. Tyson. Any comments from your district, sir?
No comment, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Davis.
Everything's good out my way.
Thank you, Wayne. Mr. Coleman.
Coleman, everything's doing good out here, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Mr. Wilson.
Just only the Hidden Valley that is presently trying very hard to be resolved. And other than that, everything else is good.
Thank you, Charles. Thanks for all the district reports and going through them and keeping our roads and our citizens safe. Before I get to Eddie for his report, I'll chime in to Chad. Chad, is there anything special you want to address this morning in regards to any issue really, but or into the Hidden Valley?
We spent probably close to an hour and a half last night talking with Miss Calloway and her husband and several of the other residents there on Hidden Valley. Had a lively discussion. They were very engaged. When we went out and took a look at the Hidden Valley corridor, we really looked at it for speed only. And that was kind of the direction that I was given, to just do a speed study to see what the traffic volumes and their speed was. We did agree with them that there is some moderate speeding out there. The 85th percentile speed of the traffic out there on about half of that roadway was almost between 43 and 45 miles an hour. So it's about 13, 14 miles over the speed limit. So there is some moderate speeding out there. There's also seemed like oddly there was some outliers, and there was a lot of 1 or 2 or 3 a day running 60, 70 miles an hour, which obviously in a residential area is not what we want. The road, the characteristic of the road, it's an older subdivision road. It's a ditch section, and it's fairly narrow, 22 to 24 feet wide for the most part, with ditches and mailboxes fairly close to the edge of the shoulder. We talked with the neighborhood about adding some maybe some edge line striping, which would, in my opinion, slow the traffic down some. That didn't get received very well. We talked about several other traffic calming measures that are out there, and the kind of the underlying issues that I heard a lot more than anything was just safety. And they were very engaged, and they need, something probably is warranted out there. It's just a matter of what can get done and what can get funded, either between their needs and the highway department. So there's several other measures we could take a look at with them. It's just a matter of going and doing it.
Thank you, Chad. I'll let you and Eddie and the homeowners out there, and Charles Wilson, if there's other discussion on this, or you all can bring it back to us over the next few months that we have our highway board meetings. And to Miss Calloway, thank you for chiming in this morning and expressing your opinions and for taking time out of your day. Mr. Hood, your report, please.
Yes, sir. Well, we are in the Fairview area now. We're doing some paving down in that way, the part of the country. We're winding a year down. This is November, and we got a lot done because this COVID had us messed up early on, as it did, still does, and we're not the only one affected by this. But we had a good year, and like I said, everything is kind of winding down now. But I just want to thank my guys again and Elaine for what they do. They do a great job, and I really do appreciate that.
I concur with that, Eddie. You've got a good group of men, and certainly Elaine, keeping the day-to-day organization Eddie, when is the estimated time the asphalt factories will shut down in December? Do you have any dates yet on that?
It depends on the weather, and they give us a date. It's probably around the 14th of December, somewhere along in that time. They got to read the meters, but it'd be probably within the first couple of weeks of December now they shut down over here in town.
Okay. And you indicated last month, I don't know what the woolly worms are going to do. The lady from Crossville is no longer living, but we got plenty of salt. Is that what I hear you say?
We got plenty of salt, and you talking about the woolly worms now. I don't really know what they do, but it's a lot of woolly worms crawling right now. I don't know what that means, to be honest with you, but it's a lot of them on these roads. A bunch. Most, I ain't seen that many in a while, to be honest
Thank
with
you, Eddie. I have nothing. I've answered my questions under my reports. Bobby, any legal issues that need to come up?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Bobby. Is there anything else to come up before the board this morning? I see Joe Horn and William and Nina. Anything else that anyone wants to join in?
No, sir, I have
Well,
nothing.
Jerry Rainey, be safe driving as you're going down. All right.
Mr.
Be
Chairman,
safe going down the road.
Mr. Chairman, this is Dave.
Dave,
Just one comment for Mr. Hood, and I don't know how the others feel, but if Elaine wanted to start emailing our agenda and packets to me, that would save her a little printing cost and mailing cost. If that would help, I wouldn't mind that at all.
That's fine with me. I have no issue with that. That's what, if she wants to do that, or she can show email them to you, and that's fine. That's no problem with me.
I just throw that out. I just throw that out there, Mr. Chairman.
I'd be happy to do so.
David Coleman and
That's fine with Wilson. No
thank you,
problem.
Lane. Thank you, Lane. Elaine, why don't you check with each one of them? Mr. Tyson, Mr. Coleman, and Mr. Wilson said yes to the email. Wayne Davis lives so far out there in the sticks, he may not get it for a week.
Yeah,
So you may have to,
Yeah, I'm not too savvy on the email stuff, but that'll be all right. I'll figure it out.
have you got internet service out there, Wayne?
Sometimes.
Yeah, you're out there, I tell you. We'll let Elaine handle it. If we have to mail yours by snail mail, we'll get it to you. Elaine will take care of that. Anything else to come up before this board this morning? Glad to see a couple of people on there that are in quarantine. It looks like you're doing all right. And Floyd, glad to see you still performing. And I know William Andrews has had to excuse himself from coming into the office. I hope you're doing okay too, William, during this COVID pandemic. So I'll entertain a motion to end the meeting if somebody will give me that.
So move, Tyson.
Second,
All right.
Coleman, second.
And Mr. Coleman's bookie's calling, so it's time to go, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all have a good day. We'll talk to you later. Have a good weekend.
Bye-bye.